Hi students, now we will start the next topic, that is managing the garbage. We are the human beings playing an important role in the environment. So in our daily life, we generate a lot of materials and throw them away. The useless, leftover or discarded materials are termed as waste. Waste materials, they may be solid, liquid or gaseous. For example, gaseous waste material, they are released from the automobile. They are the automobile exhaust, smoke from chimneys of industries and houses. Then come to the liquid. Those are effluent, means waste water released from the industries and sewage water. Solids. Solid waste get accumulated in the environment for shorter or longer duration. Example are food waste, means the waste which includes vegetable, fruit market waste, kitchen waste, and also the food canning industrial waste. Then come to the cow dung, human excreta and farm waste are also comes under solid waste. Trash and rubbish. It includes dirt, ash, sand and bricks. Solid waste from chemical industries also. And hospital waste which includes cotton, bandages, used broken syringes, needles, used plastic or glass bottles, etc. Okay, these solid waste make the surrounding dirty and pollute the soil. The waste materials are generally categorized into two types. Those are biodegradable and non-biodegradable solid waste. What are biodegradable solid waste? See, these are the substances which can be easily degraded by the living organisms. Those are microorganisms, which includes bacteria and fungi. The substances which are broken down by biological processes, that is by using the microorganisms. These are the microorganisms which breaks the complex waste solid material into simpler substances. How this process was going on? That is because of the microorganisms, they produce enzymes. Enzymes are specific in action. These specific enzymes, they act upon waste material and convert the complex substances into simpler substances in due course of time. Example, domestic waste products, urine, fecal matter, agricultural waste, wood, paper, cloth, etc. If these biodegradable substances, if they are accumulating more and more in the environment, then how this affect the humans? How they will affect? They create, first they produce foul smell which spread to the surrounding area and make the life miserable. The flies breed at huge heaps, carry the germs and spread diseases such as diarrhea, typhoid, cholera, etc. And they also block the drainages, creating pools of water which become the breeding sites of insects. If the biodegradable waste is less in the environment, they can be degraded easily. If they are more in the particular place, then they affect the living organisms also. Next comes to non-biodegradable substances. The substances which are not broken down by the biological processes. That means these substances cannot be degraded by the microorganisms because the microorganisms, they are unable to produce the enzymes which degrade non-biodegradable substances. So, but they can be acted upon by physical processes like heat, pressure under an ambient conditions found in the environment. These non-biodegradable substances which include plastic, glass bottles or glass objects, polythene bags, pesticides, metals such as mercury, arsenic, cadmium and lead, radioactive waste which is released from the nuclear industry. And then what are their effects? They are bioaccumulating They are causing bioaccumulation. That means these are non-biodegradable substances. These are the chemical non-biodegradable substances. They accumulate in the living organism through the food chain. The process we call it as bioaccumulation, and they cause severe diseases and disorders to the living organisms. Then they also pollute soil, they pollute the water, and if they burn these type of substances, they release the smoke, toxic chemicals into the environment. It also causing air pollution. Now we have seen the what are biodegradable substances, what are non-biodegradable substances. Now we will see how these waste materials are to be disposed. Before going to that, what we have to do first, we have to separate biodegradable waste from the non-biodegradable substances. Then we will use different methods to dispose these waste materials. Now we will see few methods what we will follow. First one, landfill. Landfill. See here, look at in the picture. The disposal of the waste by burying them in low-lying area is called landfill. Means the waste material is to be carried to the city outskirts or any other low-lying areas. There we will bury the waste material. So what will happen? Now the low-lying area will be leveled. That means this we can see in the urban areas where solid waste is buried in low-lying area to level the uneven ground. This is the disadvantage of the landfill. Then come to the second one, recycling of waste. Here we are separating the biodegradable with non-biodegradable substances so that the non-biodegradable substances can be recycled. For example, which includes metals, tins, cans, and also glass, broken glasses or bottles, polythene bag, cardboards, metals and plastic waste can be recycled. For example, broken glass can be melted and remolded into a new article. And so likewise, metal scraps are sent to specific metal industries where they are melted and purified. Next, the third method, it is incineration. Incineration means it is the process of complete burning of a substance. Complete burning of a substance. The process is called incineration. Here, it involves burning of a substance such as household waste and hospital waste, because hospital waste is highly contaminated waste, inside an incinerator. Incinerator is a kind of furnace inside which a very high temperature was maintained. It is of nearly about 900 to 1300 degrees Celsius. At this temperature, now the waste material is burnt completely and it is producing carbon dioxide and water vapor, which escapes into the environment. Then what is left over there? Their ash is left. Now that ash can be disposed of by landfill. You can look at the picture, children. There you can see the furnace where incineration was done. See here, there is an outlet for the escaping of the gases, carbon dioxide and water vapor, and the ash was collected at the bottom. That ash can be disposed of by landfill method. Next we'll see the another method that we know popularly, that one is a preparation of compost. The biodegradable waste, the kitchen waste such as peelings of vegetables, fruits, used tea leaves, leftover food and fallen leaves of the potted plant can be also converted into compost and used as a manure. Then another method we can use, that one is production of biogas. Biogas here is a methane gas production. Biodegradable waste can also be used for biogas production. The left, see here, the residue left, no, first we will see the process. Look at the picture, children. Here, a tank was constructed in the underground where we are placing the biodegradable waste, for example, cow dung. Now, through the inlet, we are passing the waste material into the tank. And there we are mixing with anaerobic bacteria. Now the anaerobic bacteria, it converts the waste into biogas. And also it left some waste product also there. It left some residue there. That residue is later used as a manure. Means it is producing two types of products. One is the biogas. Biogas is used as a fuel, and the leftover residue can be used as manure. These are the 5 methods. What are those? Landfill method, incineration, compost, and biogas production, and recycling of the waste. These are the methods which are used for the disposal of waste material. Thank you, children.